That escalated quickly. Okay, this just happened. We had two guys at the table. There is, two guys get into it. A third guy matters. There was a guy in the one seat who it came up that he owns a restaurant. If you care about me, I was in the 6. We're 8-handed, so one of the main guys in the story is in the 8 seat, and one of the guys is to my right in the 5. So the guy who owned the restaurant, he lost plenty and he left. The restaurant owner and the guy in the 5 happened to be from the same country, you know, their backgrounds. I don't know where they were born. Their backgrounds are from the same country. The guy in the 8 says something to the 5 about the restaurant owner, not that he's here anymore. He said something like, your father's restaurant. He thought while we were talking about the restaurant that the guy in the 5 said, you know, dad or father, and they were related. They're not related. This wasn't a racist comment. He thought he heard that. I remember a different conversation about phones where some guy mentioned his dad, and the phone his dad has, any word, I don't remember every single word of this conversation, any word could have sounded like father or dad to the guy in the 8 seat. It was such a genuine, like, not even a mistake, just like a genuine thought the guy had that they were related because he thought he heard it. Well, the guy in the 5 acts like this is the worst racial comment that was ever made in the history of Earth. And he loses it instantly. First, he tells the guy in the 8, I could be your granddaughter's father. Meaning he would have sex with the guy's daughter and create a granddaughter. That is way over the line and like really far, especially to say to someone you don't know. I don't know if the guy in the 8 understood. I had never heard that before either. So the guy goes, what are you talking about? I don't even have granddaughters. So then the guy says, well, I could be your daughter's father. And I don't know if the guy in the 8 still quite got it. So I said it as delicately as I could. I said, I think he means him and your wife would do things to produce a child. Now the guy in the 8 got it. Now, but he was laughing because it seemed like in his childhood he was in fistfights and the guy in the 5 wasn't. So at first he wasn't really taking it seriously, but the guy in the 5 kept going. He was that offended that the guy in the 8 thought he heard, you know, the word dad or father when we were talking about the restaurant owner's restaurant. So they keep going, mostly the guy in the 5. It gets to the point where the guy in the 8 says like, are you kidding me? Seriously, you're saying this about my wife? Let me show you something. And he pulls out his phone. The guy in the 5 says, no, I don't want to see a picture of your wife. She's probably ugly as f. That was bad. Oh, this guy was just really out of line the whole time. The guy in the 8 takes out his phone and shows video of him shooting a target that's like, I don't know, seems like 500 yards in the distance. And he says, like, are you really saying these things to me? Like, do you know what I would do if I caught you with my wife? You wouldn't even see it coming. Your head would just explode because I would shoot at you as soon as you kissed her and your head would just explode. You wouldn't even know what happened. All right, that was far also, although he's not the one who started any of this. The guy in the 5 had one of the great comebacks of all time, which is definitely sarcastic. He said, I'll call the floor on you and get you kicked out. Yes, a guy who's never been in a fight in his life, and that's his last resort comeback when he sees that video and hears a comment like that. So neither of them like really settled down, but the guy in the 5 got up and walked towards the bathroom, which is outside the poker room. While he's away from the table, security shows up, which is weird. Like, they do the thing where they change out the drop boxes for the rake and for the promo drop. This was a security guard wearing a different color, and this security guard just pulled out the guy's chair. He wasn't in it, he was in the bathroom. He pulled out the chair and reached under the table, and there was one of the water bottles they give out. There definitely wasn't water in it. We thought it was urine. We thought it was a piss bottle. Turns out it was liquor. The guy snuck liquor in about the dumbest way possible. Plenty of people have snuck their own liquor in. He puts it in a plastic bottle that usually has water and instead looks like, you know, urine, apple juice. It wasn't a clear liquor. I mean, if you're gonna do it with like vodka or gin. No, he did it with a brown liquor. So he got kicked out. And that was kind of disappointing because of everything that the 5 and the 8 were going back and forth with. It wasn't over. He just like had to go to the bathroom, and then while he's gone, he gets kicked out. So that all just happened. After the guy got kicked out, we had enough seats for a table to break, and we went down from 3 tables to 2 tables. But yeah, that all just happened. It started out as nothing, and it was like an honest mistake. I don't even think mistake is the right word, from the guy in the 8 seat. He thought they were related, and they weren't. He wasn't trying to be racist about anything, but the guy in the 5 wouldn't hear it, and he just snapped instantly. The guy in the 5 is a reg, at least since I've been back. The guy in the 8 isn't. He's in town for tonight, which makes it all the more silly that your best comeback is, I'll call the floor and have you kicked out. This guy is leaving tomorrow anyway. He doesn't care if he gets banned for a day, for a month. So it really escalated fast, and then kind of got a little funny, then kind of got like really serious, and then kind of got a little funny at the end. And then once the guy was kicked out, we were just telling the story to the new players to the table from the broken game. So that all just happened.